Entrepreneur or a searcher looking to acquire a business using SBA loans, there's no way to know how good of a chance you stand of getting approved for an SBA loan unless you spend a lot of time, energy, and money talking to consultants, talking to attorneys, talking to lenders, going through the process to understand it. There's just no way to know your chances of being approved until now. Hi, I'm Jonathan Patrick. I'm a former chief lending officer in the banking industry, and I led the top SBA lender in my state for 5 years in a row. So I know what it takes to get approved for an SBA loan. And I don't want you to spend all your time, money, and energy running around in circles trying to figure out if you're going to get approved by talking to people, when there should be an app where you can enter your information and get the results back of your chances of getting approved. Not only that, but the SBA Loan Analyzer will also give you recommendations on how to approve your application in the first place. Okay, so we're on the homepage for the SBA Loan Analyzer, and I'm going to run you through the application. It should take you less than 5 minutes. I'm going to do it super fast because I've done it a couple of times testing out the product. Here it is. There's about 17 questions you go through, plus your contact information, and I'm going to run through it right now. We're going to use just a fake business ID and email. The email is just so we can send you the results in the future. Right now, the way to get the results is actually to print off your assessment results, which you're going to see here in just a second. We're going to pretend that I'm applying for a $500,000 loan. This question is asking you if you qualify for the SBA 7A program in the first place. You'll notice also that each one of these has a tooltip that'll pop up to give you more information. So how do you know if you qualify? Well, you hover over the tooltip and it'll tell you how you qualify to today's standards. So I do qualify. We're going to say yes. The use of proceeds meets their requirements. So I'm going to say yes to that. We're going to pretend I'm a searcher and I'm acquiring a business. So I'm going to enter that. Next, we're going to talk about if you're willing to inject equity into the deal. And there are some standards around that, whether it's you putting in cash or getting seller financing. So we're going to pretend I'm getting a little bit of seller financing. How many years do I want to take paying back the loan? We're going to pretend I want to do it over, let's say 15 years, because I'm using real estate as my collateral. This is multiple choice, so you can pick all the different ones that apply. And we're going to pretend the value of my collateral is $250,000. By the way, none of this will necessarily make sense. I'm not trying to do an intelligent application. I'm just trying to show you how it works and then show you the summary report that it produces. We're going to pretend the business that I'm acquiring has been in business. Let's say it's been in business for 7 years. It's producing revenue. Otherwise, why would I acquire it? Let's pretend its EBITDA is $250,000 a year, which is earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. That is all explained in the tooltip. I don't have any other existing business debt. This would be it. I have really good credit. I don't have any foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions, or anything like that. I am willing to sign as a personal guarantee. And then this is about my personal income, because the way SBA loans work is they calculate a debt service coverage ratio that you're going to see on the summary report. And that includes all sources of income and all sources of expenses. That's why you're being asked about personal income. So we're going to pretend I have a decent income, a healthy income here of $10,000 a month. And I've been good about my debt. I only have $2,500 a month that would show up on my credit between mortgages, car loans, credit cards, student loans, all that kind of stuff. And then you simply click complete assessment. And here's your results. It says I've got a really good chance of being approved. And then it breaks down for you how you scored per category that goes into the algorithm in the background. And then it's got a debt service coverage ratio here and explains what lenders are looking for. And it tells you a place that you can improve with a couple of tips. And then, so that I can have a copy of this, I just download it and you'll see it actually shows up here for me. So you can download that, which is really, really, really nice. Hope you enjoy that demo. If you have a question, please let me know. I'd also love any input that you have along the way. Thanks for spending a minute with me.